culture and keep it going. What I learned was that wasn't necessarily the case. It's that culture impacts change. And so after every presidential campaign, I've worked in entertainment and media. So after the first Obama campaign, I did go into the administration, but spent a lot of my time there figuring out how to engage different communities, including the entertainment community.
A professor who was interested in me, what was in my mind, the ways in which I challenged the assumptions of our history, and also the things that he said, and what made sense to me and what didn't make sense to me, and what was intuitive and what felt counterintuitive in a real way about our government and the way it works in our politics. And he empowered me to continue to do that. I'm really happy to be here. I'm really happy to have this conversation. I'm also really happy to be, one of many women on this stage, and men, that you guys can take a look at and know that, like, there's space for you here. Like, this is an option for you. Politics is a real job. And should you want it, there's a way to get into it in a way where you can actually make some changes.
Left my corporate job and went to Chicago to work on the Obama campaign. And the surrogates are people who don't work for the campaign or aren't the principal of the campaign, the candidate. They are people who are ambassadors for the campaign. They're people who are trusted in their communities. And so I was able to, particularly on that campaign, work with all of the Black surrogates, from the reverends to the civil rights leaders to the Congressional Black Caucus members to the rappers and the actors. And I talk about this all the time, that sometimes it's not necessarily the message, it's just the messenger. And when I realized the power of messengers, I said representation is so important here, and how do you continue to get more validators in the world talking about issues you care about? My values were being questioned of what would I be doing in 2020 that is really going to make sure that this corrupt government is going to no longer exist, and who can I align with? And I aligned with Elizabeth Warren very early on, and that's why I'm so grateful to join her campaign. But I also was thinking about it in the fact that what can I tell my kids that I was doing in 2020? And also, how can I represent for so many other folks like you all in this room, or young Black folks who didn't even realize that these are jobs. I didn't know that this was a job. None of us, we always talk about this, none of us knew this was jobs. We had heard of the Colored Girls, Donna Brazile, Leah, Mignon, Yvonne, we've heard about all of them, but we didn't realize that these were jobs. That, beyond just traditional campaign manager as well, and press secretary, we're actually engaging with people in unique ways about our candidates in senior positions. And that in itself is such a powerful testament of this cycle in general, is that you have so many Black women in critical positions.
And so a lot of times when I think about youth engagement, you are essentially charting a path, and the adults are also trying to chart a path for you as well. Personally, a lot of it was just, again, having a lot of adults around who were very, very encouraging despite my loud mouth or my opinions. They were always very encouraging of me. So look to those adults around you who are giving you that support and that space, and for you to use your voice. It's really, really important.
It's interesting because at the time I thought this was unique, and it's not, because everyone echoed this exact same thing. But it was a desire to see justice, right? I wanted to fight for justice, for equity, and in my mind, electoral politics was not necessarily the way to do that. That was, you're going to go be an activist, you need to look at policy, you need to change it, but electoral politics in my mind just had a very limited concept of what people were talking about and thinking about. You have to trust that your judgment is a skill set. And I think that that's something that especially Black folks, we don't hear as much. When you don't walk into a room and immediately get credibility, your sort of confidence as a leader is often sort of derived from, well, then I'll become the subject matter expert in X. I'll know the most about that, and then, I know for a fact if someone checks me on this, I can come back with you.
I'm not going to sit here at your table and watch you eat and call myself dinner. Sitting here at your table doesn't make me dinner, just like being here in America doesn't make me an American.
I hope that as you all become alumni, you feel present and mindful about the experiences that you have and the space that we create for other people coming after us. Please help me in welcoming home our keynote speaker, Dr. Kalita Forbes.
Yes, you may have experienced some missteps, but they came with a gift of greater direction, focused direction that this movement needs in the fight. Cry loud and spare not, young people. Just as Emerald Garner had to stand in front of the steps of the U.S. Attorney's Office in Brooklyn, New York, exactly a week ago today, and cry out for justice for her father, chokehold victim Eric Garner, whose voice was taken away through excessive police force. You will use your voice, young people, to usher in justice and heal this nation. You can, and you